So now voice is okay, video is okay, the presentation is also visible, yeah?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Yes,
Dr.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Only 4 minutes left, Professor. After that, I will start. Okay. Audience are joining
Okay.
from University of Tehran and all other countries.
Okay.
Nandini ji, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, open your video, please. Then start introduction session. Today is the last day. Today is the last day, and tomorrow is the validatory. Okay.
Okay, sir. A warm welcome to our distinguished speaker. Good evening, everyone. This side Nandini Sharma. Welcome to the last day of our international workshop, Research Paper Writing and Publication Ethics. Before I proceed further, I would like to extend my gratitude to our collaborators and knowledge partners whose support has made this international workshop possible. University of Tehran, UGC Jodhpur, Southern Federal University of Russia, Education University of Hong Kong, China, Agri Biotechnology Research Institute, Iran, ICRISAT Hyderabad, ICR Raipur Chhattisgarh, ICR DCR Puttur Karnataka, ICR Atari Jabalpur Madhya Pradesh, Agri Meat Foundation Bharat, Royal Society of Agriculture India, Scarlet Blinks India. Today, we are deeply honored to be joined by a distinguished academic and researcher, Dr. Sahar Mirzai, who will be delivering today's keynote. Dr. Mirzai completed both her master's and PhD from prestigious Indian Agricultural Research Institute, IARI, India, Post her doctorate, she went on to pursue a postdoctoral program in Iran and has been serving as an assistant professor in the field of agriculture research, education, and extension since 2012. She has an outstanding academic and research portfolio with a specialization in horticulture sciences. Her work spans across numerous national and international projects, particularly in the area of ornamental plants, drought tolerance, and urban landscaping. Dr. Mirzai has also been a keynote speaker at several international conference, sharing her expertise with scholars and professionals worldwide. She has not only contributed significantly to scientific research through her published papers and presentations, but also played a key role in building international academic collaborations for her institution in Karaj, Iran. Today, we are excited to learn from her experiences and insights into academic writing, publication ethics, and her journey through the world of scientific research. Let us all extend a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Seher Mirzai. Over to you. The session is yours, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nandini. Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to International Workshop of Research Paper Writing. My name is Seher Mirzai, and I'm Assistant Professor and Scientific Board of Agricultural Research, Education, and Extension Organization. And I'm glad you all are here, and thank you for listening my presentation. Dr. Ankur, is it clear, my voice? Everything is okay?
Yes. Please proceed. Thank you. Okay, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you so much. Actually, I think that this is the last day of presentation, so all the speakers have told everything. So I try to summarize everything that all the speakers have told till now, and maybe some new point is in that. I hope that it will be useful for everybody. So everybody knows that a naturalist life would be happy one if he had only to observe and never to write. So writing is the most important part in everything. So in science also, no matter how spectacular the results are, the work is not completed until the results are published. So let's explore the main steps from a rough manuscript to published paper. We know that the purpose of an article is often to inform and pursue the reader. So articles give the reader information about a certain topics, bringing together and discussing different perspectives to provide a balanced argument which lets the reader make up their own mind about the topic. Articles can also be used to pursue the reader that a certain viewpoint is correct. For example, articles in newspapers, magazines also might express a particular viewpoint or perspectives, and this may be positive or negative depending on the topic. The way that you use language or organize your ideas when writing an article will depend on the audience and the purpose you are writing for. So steps in scientific journal writings, as all of you know, from a writer starts and then goes to the journal editors, and then finally readers can read the final manuscript. So the thing that we have to think about it's about the referees and the readers. So your main aim is to have your paper published. You will increase your chances of acceptance of your manuscript if referees and journal editors find your paper easy to read and also understand what gap you filled in and how your findings differ from the literature of review. So you need to meet their expectations regarding how your content is organized. And this was achieved by writing clearly and concisely and by carefully structuring, and not only each section, but also each paragraph and each sentences. The contents, as all of you know, starts from the idea, and by the rules of that journal, you can go to the published paper. In this presentation, also, we talk about kinds of scientific written communications, scientific writing in general, the format of writing a research paper, that it is IMRAD, and paper organization, paper submission, editing process, and etc. Different scientific written communication contains different types, as reports, theses or dissertations, journal articles, books and book chapters, technical manuals or user guides, and research or grant proposals, slide presentations, posters, reviews, technical notes, letters to the editors, and all. So in general, you have to know that what is your subject, what is your purpose, and who is your audience. You have to know that what is your purpose. You want to exchange the scientific knowledge, or you want to ask and answer a specific question. Who is your audience? Is the scientist as those are interested in the subject, or a publisher or an editor? So all these are important for writing the text. Some preliminaries are there. You have to review and renew your literature search and determine that paper audience is, who is it? What kind of paper is it? It is review, or it is a research paper, or it is tutorial, and what journal it's intended for. Who is your audience? Undergraduates, researchers, and also reviewers that every time they read it. So writing the initial draft is the creative part of the job. Resist the temptation to correct and edit as you go. And your job now is to produce a complete first draft. So just get started. You should not be procrastinated, and create the outline by making a list of all your findings, your figures, your tables, put them in order of presentation, and then they appear in the results and discussion. And always work from the outline. If you must stop your thinking and you're tired, just leave it, and then again you can start it. My suggestion is that don't start from introduction. It is the hardest part of the paper, and you can start with experimental section, because already you know that what you have done. So this is the easiest part for you, that you have done the research work, to write the experimental portion and your material and method. And then write your findings in face of figures and tables, and discuss them. And then after that, you can write your conclusion, and then you can go to the introduction portion. It's most important because it should be covered so many important questions. In introduction, you have to answer the question that why was the study done, and what is it proposed? And you have got to collect the relevant backgrounds information and put that together in the introduction. So you need to give the readers a sufficient background to understand what you did. And for producing the references for the paper, when the manuscript is just about to finish, you need to get the exact references, and so that reviewers and readers can really find the information without the trouble. And it's extremely annoying to reviewers and readers when these are not done properly. And the most famous structure for a manuscript is IMRAD, that it is introduction, material, method, results, and discussion. According to the history of the journal, scientific papers have published before 1876 didn't have maybe any structure, but after that this structure was famous, and some type of field research or case studies may differ in the format, but the structure is same. And it's always a good idea to double check the requirements before submitting the paper. In title, two important elements appear before introduction of a scientific paper: the title and the abstract. So the title should be clear, concise, searchable, and interesting. And the title answers the questions that, what is your paper about? You have to answer this in your title also. Some journals have in their structure and their format for writing the paper, they need to write a title page. What is title page? It includes the title that tells the reader what to expect in the paper. The author's name, most papers are written by one or two primary authors, so the remaining authors have reviewed the work and aided the study, design, or data analysis, or etc. So check the instruction to the authors for the target journal for specific about the authorship. and then write your keywords according to the journal's rules, and write the corresponding author's name, full name and affiliation, and primary contact information of the authors, and email and postal code if it is needed. You have to mention the financial and equipment support, specific information about the organization, agencies, or companies that supported the research, and conflict of interest list and explain any conflict of interest also. Then I think all of you know, but I have to repeat how you should write the affiliation. The affiliation includes the corresponding author's name, degree, department, institution, mailing address, and phone number, fax number, and email address. For example, this is my affiliation that I'm assistant professor. I work in Greenhouse and Controlled Environmental Research Center, Horticultural Science Research Institute, Agricultural Research Education and Extension Organization, Karaj, Iran. And that's then my email. This is the sample of affiliation. So how should we write the abstract? The abstract is the condensed version of structured format of the paper. And structured abstract has become the standard for research papers. Introduction, objective, method, results, conclusion, and implication of the research study. While reviews, case reports, and other articles have non-structured abstracts, so the abstract should be a summary or synopsis of the paper. Abstract answers the question that what is the story of the nutshell? So most publications have the strict word limits for abstract, and they may vary from 100 to 300. Mostly it is 200 or 250. So, and then carefully choose your keywords, increase success with e-databases and searching engines. Different type of abstract is descriptive abstract, informative abstract, extended abstract. So what are these? Descriptive abstract or topical abstract describes the contents, but contains too little substances and detail. And an informative abstract, it is mostly a self-explanatory report on a scientific investigation. Research objectives for conducting the investigation, the basic method used, and the results and significant conclusion. And it is mostly 200 to 250 words. And the extended abstract mostly uses, it's been used for conference proceedings. And of course, don't ignore your keywords at the end of that. For introduction, the introduction describes the problem that is being investigated in the study. So the fundamental question answer in the introduction it is that, what did you do? So you have to explain in your introduction. And why did you do the study? What problem was this that it was studied? And what others and you did? And your study area. An underlying question for the reader is that, why should I care? And why should I read your paper? So you have to attract them by your introduction to read your paper. So setting the sense and laying the foundation or background for the paper. And the writer introduces the problem, the importance of the research, what is known and what is not known. It is where the research questions, hypotheses, and objectives are introduced. Introductions provide context, key terms, and concept for the reader. And in the University of Wisconsin Medicine Writing Center guidelines suggest that introduction answers the following questions: that what was the problem? What is it important? And what solution you are giving? It includes that summary of relevant research to provide context, and again, the relevant search provides rationale for the study, and what is unanswered questions, untried methods, and untested population. So this description of the experiment includes the hypothesis, research question, and the general design. So call attention to the specific subject, define the problem, and provide background and present the results of the other studies, list the structure of your research project, and what you plan to present in your paper. Now we go to methods. The method section describes the research method and the justification for using the chosen method. This section delves into the details of the experiment, and it is usually written in the past tense. It concludes that how did you do the study? So what materials, subjects, or equipment did you use to conduct the research? Some papers have a subheading called materials. And what steps did you take? Procedures are usually labeled chronologically or by the type of the procedure. And in method section, you have to describe the context and setting of the study, specify the study design, your populations, plants, varieties, species, and etc. Sampling strategy, intervention, identify the main study variables, data collection instruments, and outline analysis method. And complete information of materials and methods used, conditions present, and actions, experimental designs. This section usually has subheadings. When possible, you have to use them and you have to write them. For enough information must be given so that the models or experiments can be reproduced by others. And ask your colleagues or your friends that can they follow your methodology that you have written? And if it is possible for them, it means that you have written it in the right manner. Results. Results section describes what the investigator observed in the experiment or procedure. And this section answers the question that, what did you find? So the main results are reported and supported by data. Results should include both representative and the best case in your treatments. And in a results section, describe the report or data collection, display of data with logical development showing how your findings satisfy your objectives. Where possible, give illustrative examples and compare those with known results from literatures and participants, and present key findings with respect to the central research question, and use tables and figures. And your secondary findings also you should include. In discussion portion, it's a place for interpreting the results. It's the hardest section to write. Main findings of the study, what does your finding mean, and combined with conclusion or summary of the future plans, and discuss the main results with references to previous research, discuss without just repeating the result. Some person in discussion person, they just repeat the results again, but this is the wrong manner, and you have to discuss it and compare it with other research papers and justify that why you have got these results. And policy and practice implications of the results show the relationship among the observed facts, and tell the strengths and limitations of your study. In conclusion or summary, this is the portion that occasionally it's optional, or by some journals it is not required. So do not reiterate the data or discussion. State your conclusion as clearly as possible. You can state the hunches, inferences, or speculations. Summarize evidence for each conclusion. Offer perspective for future work, and with short statements regarding the significance of your work. And in acknowledgement parts, name people who contributed in the work, but they did not contribute sufficiently to bring their name as authorship. So you can bring their name in acknowledgement portion, but you have to take their permission for bringing their name in this portion. And the final draft is ready. It concludes front matter, article body, and the end matter. Front matter is title, authors, and co-authors, abstract and keywords. Article body, as I told, is introduction, material, results, and discussion. And the end matter is acknowledgement, references, and appendices. So you have to revise that literature review that you have written. So exploring ideas on your subject, gaps in research on a subject of interest, Existence of any duplication to your work, check it and delete them. Conducting a specific search in manually or by online, no different. Keep up to date to the specific subject and revise it every time. So your rough draft is ready perhaps, but you have to see that who are your co-authors, which journal you have to submit, how soon they will be published, and how to deal with editors. And you reach to the citation of references. For better credibility, you must review the literature and show that your contribution extends from a solid foundation of research. Quality and quantity of those sources you have consulted with enhance your work. So remember this, that is so important. And you have made it possible for readers to retrace your steps, so your references can be as valuable as your research methods and findings are. So check the information for author section to how to write the references portion. Mostly name your system. It is most famous in the text, as I have bring here the examples. You can bring it in the middle of the sentences or at the end of sentence. And for references portion also, there are different types of writing references, and you can use the manuals for writing them. Mostly it is the surname and the name and year and the title of the research and etc. Different type of writings. So let's go to the ethics of scientific writing. Avoid dual duplication, publication. Don't use the work of others without appropriate attribution. And list only those co-authors who contributed sustainably to the work. Don't write your friend's name without working in the project, because after one or two paper, everybody will understand that they have worked in the project or not. So it is better that you bring the name of the persons that really they are contributing in the work. So a rough draft is ready. Select the journal and read the instructions to the authors. And the final manuscript is ready, submit it to the journal, and follow the instruction for text, figures, and submission. And editors log a manuscript and send acknowledgement to you after that you have submitted your paper. Editors will send the manuscript to reviewers, and based on the reviews and the editor's opinion, your paper will be accepted or conditionally accepted or rejected. This is the sample of checklists for referees that some questions they ask from them that, for example, it is written English in the right manner, or is their figures correct, or has it does have any duplication? Some question it is there. So the referees answer all these questions, and after that they decide that they have to accept it or they want to reject it. About the copyright statements, be sure to read thoroughly, make sure you agree with all the points. Will you be free or to send or post the final PDF? And these are the most famous journal publishers. There are some societies, for example, Food and Agriculture Organization, or a European Societies Association, and etc. And some professional publishers there are, as all you know, Elsevier or Pergamon Press or William Sons or Academic Press. There are so many publishers. So where to publish your manuscript? Some important points, it is there that you have to follow them. You have to check the prestige factor and the circulation factor, frequency of publishing that journal, their audience, and what is the publisher practice with libraries. Will they have access to the journal for reasonable price or not? And you can use the questions in the forms of guidelines. For example, is the research a novel and international relevance? And does the article fit the aims and scope of the journal? Is the paper written grammatically clear? And is the writing style appropriate to the work? And is the title appropriate to the content? Or does the abstract accurately describe the content? Or are the conclusions borne out by the evidence and arguments? It will help you considerably if you think about all these questions while you are writing your paper, and all answers to all these questions, it should be yes. If any portion it is no, you have to correct it. So consult with your professor or colleagues about the most appropriate journal and where you can publish your research. Match the topic with the journal or vice versa. Download the guidelines of authors and choose frequently cited papers in the journal, and choose one paper as follow the guideline and do the correct format section, and consider having separate documents for each sentences and each sections. Make sure your unique contribution to your community is very clear, and write it in a way that even a non-expert can understand your paper. References, see, the thing that all of you have to remember, that referees for free and often outside working hours. So never submit a careless written manuscript, and access referees report form to understand the ways that the referees will evaluate your work. Write directly in English for the people that their mother language is not English. I don't know, Hindi or Persian or etc. Don't. My suggestion is that don't write it in your language and then translate it. Try to write it directly in English. This will give you a grammatically correct text, and try to use online resources and check your final text. Some journal citation reports are available, and you can find the citation of the journal that you want to publish. This will help you. So let's go to the next chapter, that it is ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? And can a person use ChatGPT for writing research paper or not? ChatGPT is a natural language processing tool driven by AI company. The company launched ChatGPT on November 2022 and allows you to have a human-like conversation and much more with the chatbot. The language model can answer questions and assist you with the tasks such as composing emails, essays, and codes. It's a language model created to hold the conversation with end user. A search engine indexes web pages on the internet to help the user. And based on a large language model, it enables users to refine and steer the conversation towards the desired length, format, style, level of details, and languages. So does ChatGPT work for writing the scientific article? In summary, we can tell that while ChatGPT can be a powerful tool for scientific writing, it's important to remember that it's never going to be a replacement of human being. So human experiments, it's so important. Human oversight is necessary to ensure that the content generated by the ChatGPT is accurate, appropriate, and meets the need of intended audience. You have to be careful that if you're using the ChatGPT, it may be considered as plagiarism. So remember that ChatGPT is just a tool. And some universities and some journals, they have banned using AI for search and writing research paper. Never and ever write entire text using AI. It's not good enough yet to replace the researcher in the writing research paper. And it's limited in many cases. It can only bring related text for you, thousands of paragraphs, but they don't have any reference. So you have to read your references and cite them. And the big problem is that it is not bringing the latest your references, and it brings older references, texts. So don't go for papers more than 5 years before the time that you're writing your paper. It's not need that you go for the whole text, just read the title and the abstract. So in this way, you can limit the number of the papers that you want to read for your literature review. Maybe around the 50 papers will be good for writing your article and reading their background and literature review and compare with your work. ChatGPT has some limitations. It is trained on data up to 2021. So now we are in 2025. So doesn't have any data for these 4 years. It doesn't pull most references, and it's not always perfect. A set of principles that ensures that your study is conducted responsibly, safely, and with integrity. So this is ethics. Your project must adhere to ethics principle to get approval. Research ethics ensure that your study participants are properly predicted. And research ethics helps and ensures that your study results are valid and reliable. In practical terms, core principles are, we can tell that respect for persons, beneficiaries, and objectivity and integrity. We can explain all of them in the short sentences. What's the meaning of respect for person? It ensures that your participants are treated fairly. Participants should be informed about the nature of the work. They should be allowed anytime that they want to withdraw the work, they should be allowed. And confidentially and data protection should be there. About the beneficiaries, it maximizes benefits of your study. It minimizes potential harm to the participants. It's advancing the knowledge, improving health outcomes, and providing educational value. You have to take care of the potential harms, and researchers must always try to identify potential risks and take suitable measures to reduce or eliminate them when they are carrying out the study. About the objectivity, attempting to minimize the research bias to greatest degree possible. So in other words, you need to reduce subjectivity and increase the objectivity. Whatever it's possible. So in practical terms, this principle has impact on the methodology of your study, specifically the data collection and data analysis aspects. For example, you need to ensure that the section of selection of your participants is aligned with your research aim and questions. About the integrity, we can tell that it's all about producing honest work. Researchers should always conduct their work honestly and transparently, repost their findings accurately, and disclose any potential conflict of interest upfront. And respect for intellectual property, you need to honor all the relevant patterns. And copyrights and IP involved in your study. Don't use unpublished data without written permission from the owner. And if you are drawing on someone else's unpublished work, be sure to cite your sources in a correct format and use a reference manager. There are so many reference managers as Mendeley, Zotero, or etc. And researcher ethics are a set of principles which ensures that your study is conducted responsibly. Some rules of journals are there that maybe in some journals there are ethics and in some journal not, but you have to check them. For example, you can see in this slide that I have bring for you. For example, in Springer Nature, they are telling that ChatGPT doesn't meet the standard for authorship. So authorship using these in any way by developing a paper should document their use in the methods or acknowledgement sections. And they have to mention it. Or in Elsevier, the use of AI tools can improve the reliability and the language of the research article, but cannot replace the key tasks that should be done by the authors. So please read the instructions of the journals that you want to send and be sure that it is plagiarism or not. Of course, plagiarism refers to the act of using someone else's work, such as words, ideas, inventions, and without bringing their proper name, their credit, or acknowledgement from them. And it includes verbatim copying, paraphrasing without citation, and even self-plagiarism, which involves submitting the same work for multiple courses. Plagiarism is the dishonest practice, and you should avoid it in any cost. To do that, you need to know what is considered plagiarism. Now, I will try to explain different type of plagiarisms that may be, but not knowingly, but maybe by fault, you do some of them. There are a different type of plagiarism. It is global type, complete plagiarism. It's paraphrasing or in criminal, verbatim, patchwork or mosaic plagiarism, self-plagiarism, accidental plagiarism, and source-based. So we will explain here different types. So if you fail to check your submitted paper or article for plagiarism, you will be a cause of academic dishonesty. And as a result, it will have a negative consequences for your future academic career. So you need to be attentive to your paper, and this test does not seem as difficult as you may think. So we can see that what are the points of plagiarism. About the complete plagiarism, this is a complete copy-paste of the practice is considered the worst type of the plagiarism and in academic environment, which may result in several consequences. And it happens when a student or anybody takes someone else's academic paper or research results and changes only the name of the author. So if you find the ready assignment online and copy it, it is also global plagiarism. Of course, the action is deliberate and dishonest, and you may be punished for this. So try to avoid it with the help of plagiarism checker, and avoid doing copy and paste. Paraphrase that if you rephrase the content, if you rephrase without citing, the text will be considered plagiarized because you have used the ideas of others without citing them. So you can easily encounter this type of plagiarism when you read a source and then write about its content in your words. Even if you read the information in any other language and then simply translate it into your language of your paper, it is plagiarism anyway. So translate text also need to be cited. And this type of plagiarism is the most common one in academic writing because students often think that if they rephrase them and if they translate the sentences to the language, it's not plagiarism, but it's not like this. Verbatim plagiarism, such type of plagiarism means that you copy and paste the pieces of the text and insert them into your work without doing any citation. The biggest part of the words and the sentences structure is the same as in the original. So it is easy to detect it. And even if you have changed a couple of words and added or deleted some of them, it does not count. And if the author's opinion is quite important to you, so make a quote from the source and using question marks. And in this case, it's a must, as well as in the text citation. Even the simplest online plagiarism checkers easily detect such kind of plagiarism. So you need to be aware of that. And in patchwork or mosaic plagiarism, Here, the sentences, paragraphs, or passages from different sources are mingled together in a new text, and it's inserted among your sentences and ideas. So such a practice is called mosaic or patchwork plagiarism. And you may think that it's in this way you will protect yourself against being catched, but still the professional plagiarism checkers can easily detect it. And even if you interweave the material from others' resources with your perspectives, ideas, and opinions, your professor may notice that the content is quite like what they already know. And you may try to change or paraphrase some sentences or use synonyms, but the overall idea is obvious. So don't do this work. And what is self-plagiarism? In the self-plagiarism or auto-plagiarism, you should know that even if you repeat the ideas and phrases from your previous work also, that is which is already published or submitted, it will be considered as plagiarism. So why is it so? Because it is simply dishonest in the academic environment, and to present the old piece of research or data as a brand new one, because already you have published it. And the only exception can be made if your professor or anybody else in your institute allows to use them with citing them. So you can cite them, for example, that in the previous work in year, for example, 2020, we have reached to this result. So in that case, it is okay. And you may think that if you paraphrase some sentences or use synonyms for some words and terms, your work will look new. But better to cite your previous work, because the people that they are checking, they will understand it. And remember that the old piece of work may have been used and cited by another people. So the harm caused by your plagiarized paper can influence other people reputations. So if you need to write your ideas and results of your previous work, please cite them properly. And then we can go to accidental plagiarism. In most cases, plagiarism is not committed purposefully. We hope that it is this. And whenever you have a temptation to write about someone's motivating or inspiring or useful ideas, cite it properly, and you will always be on the safe side. So you may just skip the quotation marks by doing it unintentionally, but still explaining it to your professor or your co-writers will be difficult for you. So try to be honest and attentive as possible. And always check your ready work properly to avoid the plagiarism incidents. If you have doubts about some parts of your text, it's always better to check it by plagiarism checker. And what is source-based plagiarism? In this case, actually, it's a dangerous type of plagiarism when you provide misleading sources to your work. For example, you may have used 2 or more different sources of the same author, but have cited only one. So this is kind of plagiarism. And the worst thing is there when you cite a non-existing source or invent an author. This is also a plagiarism. Sometimes you may give an incorrect reference to the source, misspell the author's name, or change the title of their work. So that is also plagiarism. When you fabricate the information, it is considered plagiarism that can influence your academic success. And when you invent your statistics or study findings also, it's misleading and it's inappropriate and can badly impact the whole field of the study. and how you have to avoid it. Actually, we're not going to speak here about deliberate plagiarism because it's always intended, but all the other types of plagiarism which are described above can be results from lack of, we hope that it is like this. It's for lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, lack of academic experience, little time, and whatever. So what you have to do, make correct the questions. It will help you to avoid the verbatim plagiarism. And use the quotation marks where you need them, and check whether you clearly attribute the provided quoted to the authors, and provide the proper paraphrases. When you need to paraphrase something, change the text completely. Write everything in your words, and if you understand the thorough text properly. And never try to change separate words with their synonyms, because it does not work. And nevertheless, you should also cite the source of the idea to provide information to the readers on which ideas are uniquely yours and which are borrowed. So be careful about this. And correct the citation also matters. The most important key to avoiding plagiarism is citing everything that is not yours. So include in the text citation and a full reference. A reference list at the end of your paper is a must and cannot be skipped. Format your citations correctly according to the requirements of your academic institution, and then write it. So also, we suggest a plagiarism checker. It's a great tool. It's a free plagiarism checker. It's an essential tool that it can help you. You just need to upload your ready work to check and adjust your paper to eliminate copied phrases, ideas, or sentences before submitting. All the things that we are talking about, artificial intelligence or AI, we want to ask that, is it legal to use it or not? Since the AI generated work was created without any creative contribution from the human actor, it was not eligible for a copyright and belonged to no one. So to put it in another way, anyone can use AI generated content because it is outside the protection of copyright. But you have to take care that AI content writing is generally legal. And where AI tools are used, such use must be acknowledged and documented appropriately. And the use of AI is seductive, and it can improve efficiency and productivity of your work. It has the potential to increase equity in scientific publishing. So it has the power to create well-written and elegant articles geared towards scientific journals. Yet researchers and authors cannot be complacent in the using this tool. So instead, they must actively engage in the output created to ensure that it is correct and current in every aspect. All the authors will be held fully accountable for the material they submit for publication. And so this is the thing that we spoke about it. And here also we are bringing our references that from which references we used to make this presentation. And thanks for your attention. I hope that it was useful and you're not being tired of my speak. And I hope that all you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable lecture and information and all the other things you told us to remember how to write a research paper and how to follow the ethics also. So everyone, if you're having any kind of question, she'll answer your question. You can either unmute or you can type in chat box. So yeah, chat box is open. So please ask or you can type also.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes. Ma'am, I have two questions. First question is, what is the key points that make the difference between the discussion and conclusion? Means you mentioned that future prospects of the study should be included in the conclusion. So can we include those future prospects more elaborately in case of discussion also, or whether we should avoid it?
And the second question?
And ma'am, my second question is that regarding the mosaic plagiarism, can I use part of the figure from some paper? For example, if I want to describe the process and I need the picture of the microscope, so can I pick the just the portion of the microscope from any kind of figure from someone else's paper, or will it be considered as a mosaic plagiarism?
Okay. See, about your first question, discussion portion. In discussion portion, only you have to compare your work with others, okay? And compare it and bring the reasons of your findings. So if you want to write any future plans, you have to bring it in conclusion. Don't write it in discussion portion. In about the mosaic plagiarism, if you want to bring the picture of another work, you have to cite it and bring it to your references. In that way, it is not any problem. So don't bring it in your material and method and your results section. You can bring it as comparing your results with that reference. And that is your document for your comparing. Cite it, and in that case, according to the editor's opinion, I think it will be okay if you cite it.
Ma'am, for figures, will it be okay to pick up some portion of the diagram?
No, figures
Okay.
you should not bring.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
We have got a question that how to write a case study.
In the case study, it is a portion of the research work that it is about the spatial concept. So in that case, in the case report, it is not, the length, it is not like a research paper. It is shorter than that. And it depends of the journal's procedures. You can write them. So the thing is that it is so much shorter than research paper. This is the case study paper.
Ma'am, how many references we can use, ma'am, in a good publication or in a good research paper or in a credit seminar, ma'am?
See, in research papers, actually, I told you around 50 papers if you read, it's okay. And some journals, they don't like lots of references. For example, 100 references if you bring there. For example, if you bring 10 references, also less. I think, on my experience, around 40-50 references according to last 5-6 years, it is okay. Then you are aware and of others' work, and you can compare it easily, and you will not be confused, and you bring only the useful references. I think this is around 50. It is okay.
Ma'am, last 5 to 6 years, ma'am.
What?
And we should take the references from those papers which are only 5 to 6 years old, not older than that, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm. And because in credit seminars, they are asking about only latest publications. They see in which year it is published.
Yeah.
If we take any old publication, they are rejecting it, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. If you use, see, depends of the journal. In some journals, more than 5 years, or in some journals, in high quality journals, it's more than 5 years. In some of them, not more than 10 years. But as your references are newer, it is more new, it is more valuable for them. And if it is old, of course, they will reject it.
Anybody else, please?
We have some questions that, ma'am, can you please suggest free plagiarism checker softwares?
Actually, I think in Google, if you search it, you can easily find it. Just put your text there and it will check it for you. It's not a difficult work. Just search it in Google. It will come
Yeah.
for you.
Simply search in Google plagiarism free checker. I think 2 to
Yeah.
3, 5 applications are there. 5 softwares are there.
Yeah.
Easily you can detect.
Yeah.
Anybody else, please?
Another question is, great insights, thank you. Kindly tell about the APC of journals. Is it necessary to pay APC for our publication? Obviously, we are paying, but I am asking morally, what is your opinion on paid publications?
Mostly we pay, but some journals also they are free. So it depends that your institute accepts which kind of journal. If it is acceptable for them to publish your paper in the journals that you have to pay for that, it is okay. But if they don't accept it, go for high quality journals that mostly they are free also. It depends of the rules of your institute.
Ma'am, irrespective of your research work, we should publish our research in free journals or paid journals, ma'am, because they say paid journals are good, free journals are not so good.
See, everything depends on the impact factor of the journals. Some high impact factors are free, and some of them are you have to pay. It doesn't. It's not the thing that it is you are paying or it is free. Impact factor is important, and that is the point. So if you find a journal that it is high impact factor, so select that one.
Okay, ma'am.
Next, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, if someone is working in any private company and passed their
Yeah.
master before 2 years ago, how he
Okay.
can publish their research? Someone is, are you listening with me?
Yeah,
Right,
you're
yeah,
telling
please.
that someone is working in the private company and they have worked their master's 2 years before and they want to publish it.
Ma'am, actually, I am also working in private sector and I passed my
Yeah.
master before 2 years ago.
Okay.
And how
Okay.
I can research any paper? Any
No
research
problem,
paper, how can I?
No problem. Just
You can add your past institution.
yeah.
Nobody.
Reference your institute. See, the important point is that you have to when you are writing your authorship, you have to write the place that you have done your research. If you are publishing a research paper from your research work of your master, you have to write the name of your institute there, not the name of your company that you are working now. This is the important thing. Otherwise, anytime you can publish your data.
Okay,
Next,
ma'am.
please.
And if I want to other than research, how I can?
Other than research means what?
As economics, other section. Actually, I passed my master's in agronomy. Okay, ma'am. Now,
Okay.
now I am working in Syngenta company as a sales manager. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I want to publish my 3 or 4 paper. So how can
In
without any
agriculture or in
register?
Where you
In
carried out your
agriculture?
research? Where you carried out your research? Firstly, let me know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
In which institution you
yes.
carried out your research? You will
CCS,
acknowledge that institution. You will acknowledge this institution. Otherwise, that will come under the category of intellectual property right.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Okay,
welcome.
next.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay,
You're
next,
welcome.
please. I think
I
PPT was self-explanatory. There is no any question to ask. Even I was enjoying
hope-
each and everything. Each and everything was clearly mentioned over there. Okay.
I hope it is like this.
Yes. Madam has completed their master. Madam has completed her master and PhD from IRI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute. You all aware that?
Yeah.
So anything you will ask, she will immediately reply. Basically, she is the person of horticulture, but she has master and PhD, even postdoc, many research paper experiences. So she is delivering a lecture on the same topic.
Thank you.
Anybody else, please? Nandini, please check chat box.
No, sir. Like, I have got one. Is it considered plagiarism if content from a published book is paraphrased using an AI tool instead of being rewritten in the writer's own words due to limited language proficiency, but is properly cited in both the text and references?
If it's cited, no problem. But if it is using the book sentences and changing it, yeah, it is plagiarism. Anything that it is cited, it is no problem.
Okay.
I think that's
Next,
it.
please.
Anyone?
I think no. Please conclude, Nandini. Give concluding remark.
Okay, sir. On the behalf of all of us here, I would like to express a sincere thank you to Dr. Seher Mirzai for being with us today. Ma'am, listening to your journey full of dedication, hard work, and ethical research was truly inspiring. Your words reminded us that good research isn't just about data and papers, but about values, mentorship, and purpose. Thank you for sharing your time and experiences and your wisdom with such warmth and humility. We are lucky to have you with us today and honored to have you had with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, all of you. And I hope that it was useful. And I hope that see all of you again.
Definitely
in other
useful.
conferences.
Definitely useful, Professor. And looking forward for your support in the future academic activities.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. All participants can. Thank you, Professor.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.